We're back today.
And we are going to be back here.
We're back on a little bit of a change of scenery. You know, we got evicted from the last place that we were filming in, so.
I mean, unfortunately, we were forced to vacate that
property. And vacation was, we're like, you know, we had to vacate that area. We're on paid leave right now, so, you know, we're kind of forced to get out of there. It's pretty unfortunate, but, you know.
I guess that's what happens when you don't pay rent for a few months in a row.
Presumably, you know, you just gotta roll with the punches, you know, kind of just go with what's going on in the world, you know. You just gotta be a man of the people, you know. Sometimes you just gotta face the music, some shit like that. Today's gonna be the 8th episode.
Yeah, it's gonna be episode number 8.
It's gonna be episode number 8. That 1 after 7, 1 before 9, 2 before 10. All of that stuff. Not a lot of stuff has happened since our last episode. I mean, usually we're all saying a lot of stuff has happened, but nothing has happened.
I mean, to be fair, Agent 5.5 has kind of been uncovering the depth of Tim Cheese, and especially with Marvin Beek being presumed innocent, and the death of John Pork there. I mean, that is kind of big news. I don't think it was headlining the mass media.
It wasn't headlining the mass media, but no, I mean, all big news. Don't get me wrong. All of that was just incredible news, actually, I think. Very important news, especially the latter of what you mentioned, the death of John Pork.
Yeah.
Were you at his funeral? I made my way there, actually.
I was there. I came a little late.
I flew out.
And Justin Cheddar was also going to be a surprising member of that.
Oh, Justin!
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And did you talk to Justin regarding that?
I did talk to Justin, and I'm just so glad that I'm going to be able to see Justin again.
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen Justin since elementary days, and I'm just very ecstatic to see him, you know?
But they're saying he had some ties to Agent 5.5 and the whole ordeal. And
they're
kind of saying he was involved in that whole murder.
Justin, that's not your group of people. You know, guys, this is a message to all of you that stay true to yourselves, please. All right, just stay true to the type of person that you are and the type of person that. Oh, sorry, there's some sun in my eyes from this glare sort of thing.
Oh, the glare.
Yeah, that glare sort of thing.
And where's the glare gonna be coming from?
It's coming from the sun, you know, big SON.
Yeah, so that's gonna actually be spelled incorrectly. INCORRECTLY. That's how you spell it incorrectly.
Thank you. I appreciate that, but thank you so much. So, yeah, I mean, we're just going to get straight into it. So, you know, we have a lot of stuff on the agenda for today. A lot of good stuff, you know.
A little bit of bad stuff, too.
I mean,
it's inevitable.
I mean, look, with good comes bad. I mean, even with the light at the end of the tunnel, there's always going to be darkness. But, you know, you just got to, again, like we said, face the music, have a ball, roll with the punches, you know.
I mean, what genre is the music?
Blues.
Oh, blues?
Blues.
Uh-huh.
Jazz, blues. Blues. The Utah Blues. Wow, great music.
The Utah Blues?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. How about the Utah Jazz?
How about the Shanghai Sharks?
The Shanghai, yeah, they've been performing.
Yeah, and I mean, we did kind of see Mr. Adam Silver. Did you remember in the interview with Dwight Howard, he goes up and says, "Get ready to learn Chinese, buddy"?
Yeah, I know. I do remember that.
Yeah.
The Shanghai Sharks, they offered 76ers forward Paul George a lofty contract.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Oh, is this because of Paul George's astounding, kind of horrific performances?
Yeah, it kind of stemmed from the wire fraud allegations on I think Paul George, they were saying he was embezzling about $50 million a year from the 76ers.
I see. Oh, because I think it was legalized bank robbery here. I think that was sort of the whole thing about it, is that it was kind of legal.
Yeah.
And I mean, kind of how we're talking about Paul George and, you know, kind of a white guy and Paul George, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going to ask you, we're going to do a top 5 blind ranking of white people sayings.
Oh, okay.
So you're going to blind rank these 5 white people sayings. So we're going to put them on the board as he says them. So the first saying that we have is, "Get a load of this guy."
Get a load of this
Get
guy.
a load of this guy, you know?
Well, I mean that's gonna be one of my favorite sayings actually. You know, like get a load of this guy here.
Yeah.
So, I mean that's a pretty. I want to put that one at 2. I like that one. Yeah, he plays the game the right way.
2 for get a load of this guy. Wow. And get a load. I mean, he's just like a scrappy guy, you know.
Yeah.
He's just like get a load of this guy, huh?
Yeah, he's gonna be the first guy and last guy. Yeah, and he's gonna play with that intensity and hustle that you'd expect.
Die for every single ball, you know.
For sure.
No rebound will be left behind. So now we're just gonna move to our next one. What about no more Mr. Nice Guy?
Yeah, I feel like that one's a bit overplayed. Cause Mr. Nice Guy has been threatened a little bit, and
By who?
Just the same gang, the same type of people.
Oh, kind of like did Mr. Torillo send 8 goons after him?
He sent 4 spiders covered in bat silk.
4 spiders covered in bat silk?
Yeah.
Oh, were they riding the frogs?
Yeah, they were.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I'm familiar with those.
I mean, I'm not a huge fan of that saying, but
No more Mr. Nice Guy?
I'll put it at 4.
4 for no more Mr. Nice Guy. All right, and now with our next one, we're going to go with you're on thin ice, pal.
You're on thin ice, pal?
Yep.
I like the pal at the end there.
Yep.
You're kind of gonna be explaining to the person like hey, like you don't have a lot of leeway here, like
You keep that up.
you don't have too much leverage in the standing situation.
If you keep that up, you're going to be done.
Yeah,
You're gonna be kidding.
we're gonna put that one at 3.
3.
So we just need a 1 and a 5 here.
3 for okay, yeah. So now I mean you left the two polls open, so I mean you're gonna have to get some good ones here or some really bad ones. So now with our next one, we have for crying out loud.
For crying out loud.
Yep.
He's not too loud of a guy. I feel like that kind of is misrepresented.
I mean, yeah. You see, like, I mean, he's saying he's crying out loud, but
now,
if we
were talking about Pete and his sake, Pete's sake would be number 1. But crying, he's not very loud. I'm gonna put that one at 5.
At 5, okay, 5 for crying out loud. And now with your number 1 spot, kind of interesting that he said Pete's sake. So at number 1, you're gonna have for Pete's sake.
What, was that really on the list?
Yes, of course it was.
That's an easy number 1.
So kind of you guys that aren't familiar with Pete's sort of sake. So Pete was just really upset that Sake wasn't like really stalking with like the sort of a shizba. So you know like he kind of had to go like so for Pete's sake, kind of like the sake belongs to Pete. You know how it works.
I mean, it was his. It was
Sake
his.
was Peter's. He was Peter's.
Indubiously it was.
100%. There's no jargon about it.
Exactly.
It's just like Sake was Peter's.
Correct.
And people are arguing that now. People say Sake is bombs. But
I mean, that's kind of just going to be more misrepresentation from the mass media.
100%.
He hasn't been too
100%.
active in those leagues,
especially
with the bombing. I don't believe he has many ties to Osama and them. So.
No, he does not. No. And that whole sort of community, he doesn't have any ties there. So, you know. Yeah, I mean, no ties.
Is the community good?
Which community are we talking about?
No, I'm sad. Is that a good, like, do they have goods in the community?
The community?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like the goods in the community?
Yeah, is it a good community?
I did think that you were referencing the LGBTQIA community.
No, I'm just asking, is the community good?
Oh, the community goods.
Is the community good?
Yeah, and the community has a lot of goods.
Oh, they have some goods?
Many goods, yeah. And the community is good. Arguably. It's a good community. Community goods, you know. It's like
it's like one of the better communities.
Yeah, I mean they're located kind of in that Edinburgh area, you know. Good community. Very good. Yeah. Yeah, I mean there's a lot of I don't understand how, but there's a lot of unemployed people in the community. I don't know how they're managing to get these funds to even live in the community in the first place, but you know, there's a lot of people in that community.
Yeah, I mean It's pretty shocking, you know. Say 11.
Very shocking.
11 a.m. on a Tuesday. The
very shocking.
Unemployed people.
Just lines of just unemployed people outside of the goods in the community, and it's just like, get a job, man. Get a job.
And we are gonna have to censor that word. We're gonna have to censor that word. The J word. We have to censor that.
I'm sorry. Did I say that?
You said it twice.
Oh my god.
We're gonna have to censor that. We're gonna bleep it out.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
You have to put some sort of.
I used the J word. I didn't even realize.
You put some sort of scare warning on the screen.
I mean, kids, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry that I used that foul language. it's very unlike me. I mean, I don't have one of those personally. I just want you guys to know I'm an unemployed as well. I just want you guys to like kind of understand where I'm coming from. I'm just very sorry. I'm gonna use a timeout.
Okay.
I'm gonna use a timeout.
I'm
gonna use a timeout and be back. I'm gonna get some more ice. I'm just gonna use a timeout to kind of like think about what I did, you know.
And is it okay if I watch some reels in the meantime?
No, you cannot.
Get a load of this guy. I'll be watching my reels.
And the timeout is over now. So I took a timeout. I'm back now. Luke's gonna get off of his sort of reels type of thing. I'm gonna have to turn it off for him because he's so addicted.
My apologies. Now, if it was block blast, it'd be a different story.
Again, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry to the audience for using such foul language. How many more timeouts do I have left? I did save some. I saved some from last episode. Yeah. So, alright. So we're gonna just leave that over here and over here. And if you just want to finish the ice, we can just put these back here, and then we'll just call it a day.
Well, in terms of timeouts, you saved some from last season's BHL.
I have saved the. Oh yeah. Coach Dan did not call any timeouts towards the end of the season. So why don't we just? There you go.
Thank you.
There you go. What?
Thank you.
And we're just gonna leave these in here just to make sure that there's little to no damages. And we are gonna continue on with the video after this short segment. I mean, you guys can see Mountain Valley water. What is with this Saratoga stuff that I'm seeing all over?
Yeah, I've been seeing some propaganda. Now, this is gonna be like an internal message here. So I did receive this from the head of Saratoga directly. Seems like they've merged with the founders of Boxed Water. So it's hard to believe, but apparently Boxed Water saw how we're negatively impacting their business, and they've kind of shifted it over.
Oh, they've
shifted their marketing budget over to this quote unquote Saratoga spring. I mean, maybe it was summer.
I mean, we're looking at Mountain Valley spring water, so they're just copying
Mountain Valley's
copying Mountain Valley's flow. I mean, look. So this is the issue that we have here. So Boxed Water, as we've mentioned before, horrible for you. Their marketing scheme has plummeted since 156 covered their sort of issues,
the
scandal, the issues, kind of like how they're promoting that they're better and they're not better. They're actually worse, if anything. And we just wanted to kind of just call out Saratoga. And I mean, they did also try to get influencer and health influencer Ashton Hall on their sort of train. Boxed, yeah. I mean, I think Boxed talked to Ashton and they sort of said to him, look, start using this in your morning routine. Make us get some more marketing, better marketing,
And credit to Ashton. I was speaking to him this morning. He declined the original sponsorship from Boxed. He was like, no way, Jose. And
I think what they followed with is yes way Felipe.
Yeah.
And,
but once he kind of said that no way Jose, they kind of had to rebrand. And he said he's okay with endorsing the Saratoga.
Not
because all those Saratoga's not great. It's better than Box.
It's better, dubiously. Yeah. I mean, it's not. It doesn't say a lot.
It doesn't say too much.
That doesn't say. I mean, it almost says nothing. I mean, Boxed Water is just horrible. It's really bad for you, and we just. It's just not a good idea to indulge on Boxed Water.
I mean, definitely not. But again, it's better than Boxed. And when you kind of look at the Superflowis here,
the Superflowis,
and then the infamy of how they've been.
Oh, kind of like the infamy of like the surplus of kind of like the dextrose sort of like.
But it's pretentious. It's very pretentious.
Very pretentious.
And the juxtaposition of it kind of matches up with the criterion.
And what about are you begrudgingly kind of looking at this from a sort of flamboyant point of view?
I mean, they're doing everything in a bit of a clandestine way.
In a clandestine way?
They're doing it in the clandestine way. And the enigma of the myriad just doesn't match up.
Okay, so when you talk about sort of that milieu of kind of like the conundrum, sort of league-ish, kind of like the continuity of sort of like how things go here is a little lethargic.
But It's a good point, but do they work in a colloquial way?
What way?
Colloquial way.
A colloquial way?
Yeah. Like it's kind of a synonym to
It's
mnemonic, assonance.
It's sort of like that indefeasible sort of like, you know, sine qua non type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah?
And do you know what hubris has been doing?
Oh, hubris?
Yeah.
I mean, he's pretty big. He has big ego. You know, hubris has a pretty big ego.
So kind of
He's a little haughty.
So we can kind of articulate him as
We can articulate him as sort of like some like, you know,
like a didactic paradox.
didactic, yeah. how didactic is that paradox?
I mean, are you asking about the epitome?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm asking about.
Like, pretty sardonic.
Pretty sardonic. It's interesting.
Well, one can even describe it as pedantic.
What about, you know, I mean, like, look, so, I mean, there's a lot of things that go on in this world. You know, there's a lot of things that are going on in this world. So, kind of like those sort of like provocative, kind of like bumpkin, toady, culpable, horatory sort of penultimate orotune things, you know, it's like, it's gonna be a little blithe when the soporific, pervasive rats run into the benign, frenetic recrimination, kind of like into Corius Corroboree Major Domo, kind of like the unattainable sort of thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's gonna be kind of like in the same sort of like left field as the Field of Dreams. So I'm just really glad that we could go into depth and kind of speak about this, you know?
I mean, it was necessary, especially with the andragogy of the whole situation.
Oh,
we kind
the
of do have to
andragogy.
bring light. It's been contrived.
Yeah, kind of like the perambulate veneer of the sort of timorous, luminous, circuitous prerequisite probity, sort of like the polemicals, kind of like, you know, tacit largesty is sort of indolent when we move on with
I mean, when we kind of look at that optically.
yeah, when we kind of looked at it from like an outer mind's point of view.
With like a bird's eye perspective.
Yeah.
Like on the grapevine.
It's gone down the grapevine.
So it's not on the grapevine.
No, it fell off the grapevine. I think since the grape got really ripe, it just fell off, you know.
Oh.
I think the bird was ready to leave the nest.
I mean, he was. You know how those hummingbirds get.
Ugh.
I mean, you know.
Did you know hummingbirds and hummingbirds are the only birds that can fly backwards?
Really?
Yeah.
How about a pigeon?
Pigeon cannot fly backwards.
You positive? How about a crow?
I am multiply.
How about a crow?
A crow cannot fly backwards.
How about a bat?
A bat cannot fly backwards. Are you seriously talking about bats right now? Are you being that insensitive to sort of like that kind of like incident in Wuhan with the bat soup, sort of like, you know, the birth of COVID?
I mean, I'm just asking in general.
I'm answering in general.
Can the bats fly back? Because they would definitely fly forward.
I answered the question. I said no.
No, they can't.
No, they cannot. It's impossible.
Like, is it like physically impossible, or it's kind of just a mentality to get
Oh
over?
my god, bro! It's physically, mentally, intangibly.
So he has all the intangibles.
Fits the description.
Fits the description. I mean, to be fair, I don't think there's many bats flying around Wuhan. They're mostly eaten. There's a bit of a. You know.
Look, so I'm gonna say he fits the description, but kind of like 60% of the way. You know, kind of like 6/10 of the way there, 3/5 of the way there. You know. Sort of like, kind of like close. I just think it's interesting.
I mean, I think it's interesting how they eat bats and kind of, you know, knowingly spread a pandemic to the whole world.
Horrible, and I mean, kind of.
Hopefully, they're the best bats.
I just really hate it. You know.
It's not their fault.
It's not. I mean, it's not anyone's fault in specific. It's not going to be anyone's like sort of fault.
Yeah.
It's just going to be.
I mean, you can't fault them for
no,
eating
bats. You can't. You cannot fault them for eating bats. But I mean, like, you know, like, are bats tasty?
I don't know. I mean, I do have a few Chinese contacts located in Shenzhen.
I think we can ask a few people in Wuhan and see how the bat soup tasted. But, you know, I think that's neither here nor there. So, why don't we just transition into our next sort of topic here. So we're gonna play another game here. The game is called. It's kind of like that guessing scale kind of game.
That guessing
So
scale.
I'm gonna think of a number, and that number will be put on the screen for you guys. And Luke is gonna ask me 4 questions based on the category. I'm gonna tell him what I think is like that number in the category. So for example, if the number is 6 and he asked me for an ice cream flavor,
You wouldn't say vanilla.
I would just tell him like mint chip, because mint chip is like sort of like a 6 out of 10 ice cream flavor.
And vanilla would be like an 8.
Something like that. So I'm going to think of a number. So I have my number.
Okay.
Luke, why don't you go with
So how about you give me a type of water?
a type of water? Fiji. Fiji.
Don't love it. Don't love it.
You don't love it?
No, Fiji's not phenomenal.
You don't love it?
I mean, I would give it a 4 or 5.
4 or 5, okay. Alright. And why don't you
Give me a-
I mean Fiji water's solid.
It depends. If it's frozen, yeah, it's solid. Otherwise, no. If you could give me a time of day.
Time of day. I'll give you 3:42 on a Saturday afternoon.
I mean, that's a fine time of day. There's nothing wrong with that time. And I think it's better. I mean, not much is usually happening, but it's better than a 5. A 5 would be like 2 p.m. on a Wednesday. So I gotta give that at least like a 6 or a 6. It's still Saturday at the end of the day.
Okay.
I mean, it's actually not the end of the day. It's kind of the
I mean,
afternoon.
it's sort of like middle of the day. I mean,
But-
it's right afternoon.
I mean, but it's still a Saturday, you know. So I'm gonna give that one like a 7. And I'm kind of thinking like 6, 7.
Okay. 6, 7 kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking like
Yeah, I
6,
got
7.
you. I got you, yeah. So why don't you ask me your third question?
Is this my last question?
Oh, you have 2 more. This and 1 more, yeah.
Just give me an ice cream flavor.
Ice cream flavor. Ooh, this is a tough one. Ooh.
And bat is not a flavor. It's just not gonna count today.
I'm going to give you Rocky Road.
Ooh, Rocky Road's solid.
He's ice cream. He's a solid. He's not really liquid, but you know.
Yeah, I know Rocky
No,
Road's
not a gas either. Not gonna be plasma either. So you know he's solid.
He's solid, yeah.
He's solid. He hasn't gone.
I mean, I would give Rocky Road an 8.
An 8
You want to go Greek after this?
potentially.
But they don't have Rocky Road.
So
though.
Go Greek is kind of like this.
Low-key
Sort of
right.
like, it's sort of this art place that we have near. It's like a local haunt. You know, it's like an art place.
But I told you should go Greek.
It's sort of like an art place, but why don't you just go on and ask me your final question?
Okay, so right now I'm kind of standing at a bit of an 8.
Yeah.
With Rocky Road's like an 8. Fiji kind of threw me off though.
Fiji?
No, Fiji threw me off. Fiji's got to be like a 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And then 3:47 p.m. is like that's like a 6.
A 6? So where are you at right now?
Right now I'm at, but Rocky Road brings it up though.
Where are you at in the grand
But
scheme
I don't
of
know.
things?
Are you really a Rocky Road fan? I feel like I think you kind of are though.
Am I?
So I'm at an 8 right now, currently.
An
My
8?
last question. We're gonna try to kind of get this down. Give me an NBA point guard.
An NBA point
I feel like we can really narrow it in here.
An NBA point guard. So
Active.
active.
Yeah.
Ooh, I was gonna go back to the day. And I had a perfect one for my number as well for back in the day.
Were you gonna
But
say Isaiah Thomas?
I was not gonna say Isaiah Thomas.
The Pistons Isaiah
I
Thomas.
was not gonna say Zeke. No, I was not gonna say it. Let's see. What's like a good player I could give you here? A point guard, correct?
Yeah,
We're looking at a point
yeah,
guard.
point guard kind of.
Point guard, yeah,
Easiest
kind of like that
position.
person bringing up the ball. Huh?
Yeah.
So we're looking at kind of like a point guard. So I am just going to leave you with current day Chris Paul.
So you're not a fan of Rocky Road?
Current day Chris Paul.
So you don't like Rocky Road?
You're gonna have to guess the number here.
I thought you liked Rocky Road.
You're gonna have to guess the number.
I know the number.
Current day Chris
I
Paul.
know the number.
Current day Chris Paul.
And you're not a fan of Saturdays either?
Current day Chris Paul.
Yeah. Current day Chris Paul is not very good.
So what number are you looking at?
5 or 6.
Okay. And what's gonna be your final guess?
Can I go decimals or no?
No decimals. Here. We're looking at a whole number. He's not playing. He's like a whole number. We're looking at.
I'm looking at a 5 because let me get my thought process here.
And please, why don't you just think it out?
Okay, so Fiji water automatic 4, 5, maybe 5, 6, right? Maybe 6, 7.
Yeah. Maybe 6, 7.
6, 7, and then. But then we have 3:47 p.m. on a Saturday. That's a good time. I mean,
it's a solid time.
I would give that like a 7. It's good.
Okay.
It's a Saturday, no school, no work for the employed. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Keyword for the employed.
Yeah.
We don't qualify. But
No, we don't qualify. No,
but
we're
us and the viewers too.
We're excluded. Yeah, and all those people that are at the goods of the community in sort of that Edinburgh area. They don't qualify either.
Okay, so that was kind of like a 6, 7, right?
6, 7, yeah.
Yeah. But then you said Rocky Road's an 8.
Mm-hmm.
Rocky Road's a phenomenal flavor.
Okay.
But current day Chris Paul, now looking at this statistically, right?
Statistically.
He's not a top 20 point guard in today's
Not.
league. Final answer 6. Did I get it?
You got it.
So you're not a fan of Rocky Road? Let's talk about that.
we did talk about how mint chip, but if I were to have said mint chip at sort of like that 6 range, it would have just given it away.
You're not a fan of Rocky Road?
I don't like nuts in my ice cream. I'm not a fan. Not a
Rocky
fan.
Road's and give me the explanation on that Saturday time.
What is going on at 3:47?
I mean, that's what I said. Nothing, but it's better than being
But
school.
nothing is going on. That's the point. I mean, it's better than just like the average 6 out of or 5 out of 10. Like sort of just like a 3 p.m. on a Thursday. Like you're like just not doing anything. But 3:42 on a Saturday, it's a little better than having nothing to do. But then again, there's still nothing to do.
Okay.
So I thought that was a fair 6 out of 10 time.
I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
And now do you want me to?
I mean, Fiji water I think was pretty self-explanatory.
No, I mean, Fiji kind of gave me that
5,
backbone of
6
like
range.
that 4,
Yeah.
5, 6, 7.
Yeah, it's sort of like that 1, 5, 6 range, you know?
Yeah.
So why don't you just go think of a number? We're going to put his number on the screen when he gets it. Tell us when you have your number.
I have my number.
Okay, so we're going to get that on the screen for you guys right now. And with my first question, I'm going to ask you for an NBA team. Current NBA team.
Current NBA team.
Yes.
Like
the thing.
current as of this season?
Yes.
Or have they been playing like their last 10 games?
No, as of this season.
I'll go with the New York Knicks.
The New York Knicks.
The Knickerbockers.
The Knickerbockers. Okay, so I am a Knickerbockers fan, so I think.
But this is objective.
I mean, the Knicks are a top 3 seed in the East right now. I think we're looking at sort of like an 8 or a 9, 7. I think I'm looking at like a 7 through 9 range right now. I'm gonna ask you another question. So can I get a color?
A color.
A color, yes.
We're gonna be looking at like a Mountain Valley green.
A Mountain Valley green. Okay, so I think blue or red would have been 9, 10. So I think we're still looking at around like an 8 range right now. I think I'm looking at like.
And by the way, I would not have put red at a 9, 10.
I mean, regardless, I'm still looking at around like a 7 through 9 range. I don't think we're looking at a 10. We're definitely not looking at 10. Maybe 9, possibly, but I think we're looking at more like an 8 range right now. Next question.
You have 2 more.
So, a fast food restaurant.
Ooh. Fast food restaurant.
Yes, fast food restaurant.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with like a Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. Ooh. So I think In-N-Out would have been a 10 because that is what a hamburger is all about. Now, Chick-fil-A is pretty strong. They are closed on Sundays, so that does knock them down.
You gotta deduct some points.
That does knock them down a few points. And it always happens to be the one day I'm craving Chick-fil-A's on a Sunday.
Yeah.
So I think we're still looking at an 8 here. I think we're really still looking at an 8. I think maybe there's a possibility of a 9, but I think we're looking at 8 right now. And with my 5, I have one more question, correct?
Yes, you did.
I'm gonna ask you
No, 4 is incorrect.
I'm gonna ask you. That's a good question. That's a good question.
And is that your question?
No, a subject in school.
Subject in school. Okay. I'm gonna take this a bit unorthodox.
Unorthodox.
I'm gonna go with PE, but stipulation.
But there's
junior or senior year when you already have the PE credit.
So we're looking at a class where I'm still looking at an 8, honestly. We're looking at a class here where it's kind of like that, like, you know, sort of like a class that it's still fun, of course, and you don't really have to like pay attention because you already got your credits down. So okay, so I mean Knicks, we're looking at an 8. Mountain Valley Green, we're kind of looking at an 8. I think everything's just like pointing towards 8, so I'm gonna lock in my final answer at 8.
Is that your final guess?
That is.
I'll give you one chance to change the number.
Was that wrong?
No, I'm just gonna say I'll give you a chance to change the number.
I'm gonna lock in 8.
8's gonna be correct.
There
you go. Congratulations.
We were 2 for 2 today. I just think that was an incredible analysis here, like by both of us. I mean, we both just kind of like, you know, surgically figured it out. What brings you to say that the color Mountain Valley Green is a 8? Why not a little higher or lower?
Okay, well, it's kind of hard to like judge a color, so I was trying to be objective about it.
Objective, not subjective. You know, cross all our T's. You know,
yeah, I was trying to be objective about it.
Eyes.
And I mean, green it's one of the founding fathers of color.
He is one of
everything outside is green. I'm not a fan of red. For a 10, I probably could have given it to like a blue, maybe even like a black, just because how mainstream has been.
Yeah.
But I think Mountain Valley Water is the epitome of an 8. It's a good color, you know.
Solid. He's a solid color.
It's pretty easy on the eyes.
Very, very solid color. Very easy on the eyes. Better than that sort of Saratoga blue.
Yeah. That Saratoga blue is rough.
It's just disgusting.
It's not.
It's not it. No. It's horrible. But that was a great performance by each of us. I think that was a very enjoyable game. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And just as like sort of like a thing, I mean, of course, as you guys know, proud sponsor of the channel is Mountain Valley Water. So if you guys would like nothing off your order and a $5 upcharge to kind of support the channel, use code 156 at checkout. And also, we also did, with the commentary of Rise of Kingdoms in our last episode, they did reach out to us and they did tell us that we made it. We got a sponsorship with them. So if you want to increase your power and have 18 alternate accounts to sort of do that sort of back and forth thing that Luke and I were doing, use code 156 in the code to support a creator.
And you guys do get, I think it's 10 million free power?
You will get 10 million free power and then 18 accounts.
Yeah, so how much power have you gained since the last episode?
Since the last episode?
Yeah. So I'm just like, what is your account currently standing at in terms of power?
I've gained a lot of power.
I think I've gained more. You want to give me like a number?
Why don't you give me a number?
You sure? I'm kind of a humble guy.
Whatever the number I have is probably higher than yours.
Really?
Yeah, it probably is.
You think you have 16 octillion power?
I have infinite power.
Oh, on the alt account?
On the alt account, yeah.
Do you want to see my alt account?
Let me see your alt account.
I have too much power to take it away from me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Actually, the funny part is that my username and password, everything associated with kind of me, got banned because I had all the power in the game.
What was your username?
Huh?
What was your username?
It was kind of like the HUGH space JASS.
And what was the password of that one?
I'm not telling you the password. I use this password for literally everything.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just curious. Couldn't hurt.
It could hurt. And if you guys guess my password correctly, I will personally send you 16 million power. And yeah, so that was. What power are you at? You said you're at
more than you. That's all you need to know.
Most likely not.
What, more than you?
Most likely.
I've been playing a lot since the last episode.
I think
I used the promo code on 16 alt accounts, so now out of each 16, I got 18 more alt accounts. 16 times 18, I got 216, right? 216 alt accounts, and each one with 10 million power. I sent the power to each other. Did the duplication glitch that I'm sure you're not familiar with.
Oh, the duplication glitch. I'm very familiar with
I didn't know about it.
Of course I know about it.
Oh, you know about it.
I mean, I've been trying to get my power up.
Do you know about the triplication glitch?
Do you know about the quadruplication glitch?
I've been on it before you.
Are you familiar with the glitch?
The glitch?
The glitch.
I'm familiar with it.
The glitch?
He's been putting up huge numbers in that Rise of Kingdoms league.
The glitching system?
Yeah.
I mean, he's kind of like the glitch.
I mean, he glitches. He glitches.
I mean, he's like the glitch. I mean, kind of like that sort of like Wreck-It Ralph, the glitch.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Vanellope, you remember Vanellope von Schweetz? The glitch?
I do remember that.
Yeah, so the glitch actually, it was a little unfortunate. She could not leave the game because she was a glitch, and also she was bullied by the rest of her friends because she would glitch. And she did end up being the best racer of the bunch, so what does this tell us?
But Wreck-It Ralph held his own. I mean, he held a lot of stuff. He's pretty strong.
I mean, he said, "I'm gonna wreck it."
Yeah, no, he held his own.
I mean, fix it. I mean, Felix could fix it.
Felix did fix it. It was fixed.
By fix it.
You know his motto? Consider it fixed.
Oh, I thought his motto was, "I can fix it."
No, it was consider it fixed.
Mm. Well, there you guys have it. Wreck-It Ralph.
There you guys have it.
Great water. And what kind of water is this? Yeah, why don't you check it out? Tell me what kind of water that is.
The Mountain Authentic since 1871.
71. There you go.
Valley
Spring water, right? It says it right there. Yeah.
Spring water. Mountain Spring Valley, recognized famously is refreshing, distinctively tastes.
Oh yeah, for report on bottle quality and information, please contact us at mountainvalleyspring.com or call 800-643-1501. That is 800-643-1501. Well, I mean, that's
what was the number?
800.
Okay.
643. 1501.
156?
01. Yeah, there you go.
Thank you for calling the Mountain Valley Spring Water Dedicated Customer Care Team.
They weren't lying.
The Mountain Valley Dedicated Customer Care Center is currently closed. Please call back during normal business hours and we will be happy to assist you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Well, I mean that was very informative. I'm glad the number works. And I'm just very appreciative of the sort of like current situations that may be going on at this point in time.
Do you appreciate it?
I'm very appreciative. Always appreciative. You gotta always be appreciative,
You had to let it out.
Yeah, I just had to.
I mean, it had to have been let out.
100%, yeah. I think that's gonna wrap it up for today, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it depends.
I mean,
are we gonna put it under the tree?
We're gonna take it behind the barn and shoot it.
Gee whiz, man. I mean, that's for Pete's sake.
Egad.
That's pretty harsh.
That's smart.
Guys, get a load of this guy.
Oh no, he's on thin ice now.
Oh really?
I mean, there's gonna be no more Mr. Nice Guy moving forward.
No more Mr. Nice Guy.
Yup.
Really?
Then the guy's not gonna be so nice. I mean, for crying out loud. I mean, like.
But like we said, he doesn't cry out loud though.
It's very, very inaccurate representation of how loud crying was. But it's. I mean, that's not here nor there. Like I said earlier.
I mean, he's not that loud in general.
No. I don't like the negative stigma that he has around him. It's kind of ridiculous.
How negative is it?
It's like -18. It's so negative.
No,
it's getting to that division realm that it's so negative.
No, what's the y-axis?
Y equals 44.
Oh really?
Yeah.
And did you tell him to take a hike, pal, or what?
I told him to go kick rocks.
Did you tell him to take a chill pill?
No, he was out of chill pills when I saw him.
Was he out of straws too? Because he mentioned to me it was the final one.
Oh yeah. Oh, that it was the last straw. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he did kind of say to not talk to him until he's had his coffee. You know.
Oh really?
Yeah.
And he recently got a job for CBS. So did he give you a news flash?
Oh yeah, he did. I mean, he also said whoopsie daisy when he kind of did mess up there, but you know.
I mean, he has been like let's rocking and rolling for a while.
I mean, you betcha.
I mean, how do you like them apples though?
Yellow.
Oh, you like the yellow ones?
Yellow.
And what type of apples are the yellow ones?
I mean, hey, wise guy. I mean, it's just gonna be kind of like when the cat gets let out of the bag. You know, it's kind of like those.
Holy cow! The cat go out the bag.
I mean, for crying out loud, what are you saying?
I mean, but what incarnation?
I mean, look, you're barking up the wrong tree. I'm gonna leave you at that. You're just barking up the wrong tree.
Okay, well, listen here, pal. Right? I don't want you to tell me which tree I can bark up and not bark up.
I mean, I'm just like, you know, just like sitting here waiting. But you know, I mean, like, you know, I'm just like thinking, like, you know, like, you know, that's like radical, you know. It's kind of like, you know, it's really busting my balls here, you know.
Holy macaroni!
All right, man. You just.
Are we looking at the same Reddit post here?
Oh, spaghetti-o.
Are we looking at the RDC World one?
No.
I think we are.
I think we are.
Uh,
You know what they say though, teamwork makes the dream work. No, I'm very glad about this, guys. We will just catch you guys on that sort of next episode. And we're glad that you guys listened in. Again, use code 156 at checkout at Mountain Valley.
just a slight surcharge.
Slight surcharge, slight upcharge, so we know that you guys are supporting the channel. Is anyone watching this? Like, you know, like just make sure that you're watching this and that you sort of just like, you know, just engage.
Yeah, is that you think realistically
Speaking.
you think any person right now is gonna watch this clip?
No.
Actually, don't think so.
And you know what? If you're watching this, let us know in the comments down below that you made it this far.
No, I'm being serious, right? No one's gonna watch them. Do you think realistically, right? Just think here.
I'm thinking.
Do you think anyone will ever watch like this portion of the video? Like maybe they'll watch the first 4 minutes. Realistically, you think we're just wasting time?
Yeah, we are.
Like actually, you think
Just
we're
make
grabbing
sure.
for that?
Just make sure that we're not wasting time. Just comment down below. Say you guys aren't wasting time if you made it this far. But without further ado, we will catch you guys in that next episode. And peace.